Hello, nerds. Welcome to the Book Nerds podcast. I'm sure all of you are inside your homes, very safe, and plan on staying that way for another 21 days. Uh, we are back with the Book Nerds podcast with an awesome new book that just came out. It's called Fearless. It's about women from Pakistan who have inspired so many people. So we'll be discussing the book. What was the experience like reading the book? And so before that, I would like to welcome the lead discussant for the session. Her name is Manik Kaur, and she is a soft skills grooming and etiquette coach. She visits so many elite and not so elite schools as well, giving out this, knowledge of, being the perfect version of yourself. So thank you, Manik, for being at the Book Nerds podcast.
Thank you so much, Rohan, for having me here in the first place.
Yeah.
It's really a privilege to be here and be talking to the audience now that this is the only option we have these days.
Yes. Yes.
So, thank you.
Yeah. So I was taken aback by this cover. I mean, it's so vivid and vibrant. And kudos to the illustrator. First of all, a shout out to Penguin India who have given us this book to read. Thank you so much, our friends at Penguin. And of course, the author. Her name is Amne Sheikh Faruqi, and the illustrator is Aziza Ahmed. They have done a great job. And of course, coming back to Manik, you are on the spotlight. You have read the book, and what were your first impressions?
So, thank you for trusting me with such a fabulous book, Fearless. It was a, a marvelous read, I must say, because I could connect with it at many levels. Being a woman myself and from a developing country like Pakistan, India also has similar issues related to women who are from no matter from whichever strata of the society are facing a lot of issues when it comes to being equal or at par with men.
Right.
So, and then their journey, their difficulties, how they overcome it, and a society, which gives predominantly more preference to males being, the yeah, being more dominant
Yeah.
part of the society.
Yeah.
So yes, and the best part about this book is that it's very well illustrated. It's got all these pop colors,
Seriously.
and the format is very on point.
Yeah.
So I think that is the highlight of the book. It's
Yeah. True.
really interesting. Unlike any other biography, where you may have to go through a lot of boring
Yeah.
pages and all of that. This just gives the concise information, what you need to know about every woman out there who's being discussed in the book. So it was real good fun reading it, and a lot of things that I learned along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really great.
I mean, I have been a comic book fan for a long time, so illustrations are always welcome, and especially
Very
this,
attractive. Yes.
yeah, very attractive. So it was fun. So getting into the discussion per se, I I have been especially quite fascinated by Benazir Bhutto's life and have read other books about her. But this was
Hmm.
quite simple, but it gives you the opportunity to discuss her life nonetheless. It is mentioned there that they have said that tum zinda hokar murda ho, wo murda hokar zinda hai, which is quite relevant to her life, how she led her life, and she was always on the edge. So, what was your
Yes.
opinion on how they have dealt with it in the book?
Okay, so Benazir's story was very inspiring, Rohan, and it was very touching. It's also in a lot of ways. One, even though she belonged to the elite class, she was raised as a princess, like they mentioned in the book. She wasn't aware of what is happening in her country till the time she came when her father became the prime minister. She came to Pakistan, and then later on, the military took over and they arrested her father, who was hanged later on, very soon after, in fact. So this really had an impact on her, somebody who had led a very, very comfortable life by far,
Yeah.
and how she transformed. And she had she took it upon herself as a purpose of life
Right.
to bring about a change in the society of Pakistan, in Pakistan as a country. So then followed her struggles, her ups and downs, and the kind of backlash she faced, and even the death threats so many times. She was sent to exile, I think twice. Once without her kids when she didn't have kids, and second time with three kids, and then she came back after that. Yet she dared to come back. How many people would risk their life and come
True.
back?
True.
And just to in an extremist country like Pakistan,
Yeah.
where anything can happen, and it did happen. Unfortunately, it did happen.
Yeah.
So twice she was attacked by suicide bombers.
Yeah.
And the second time, of course, we all know they succeeded.
Right.
And she was asked to, back off, because even after becoming a prime minister, taking over as a prime minister, she was told, how can a woman be एक औरत कैसे हो सकती है
Right.
इस मुल्क की prime minister. So all of that, so just imagine the mindset and fighting that mindset and continue fighting that mindset was extremely, extremely inspiring. And then even though she had to just pay a price for it.
Right. In fact, I loved the index, especially. I mean, how cool this is, the format.
Yes,
I just wanted
it's
to
fun.
share.
It's really fun. It's a lot of fun.
I think kudos to the producers because this is
Yes.
especially new. I mean, this is unprecedented, and especially books for adults. I mean, I've seen this happening in children books, but this is so easy to pick up any a woman that you want to read about and go to that page
Yes.
immediately. It's quite
Yes.
I wanted to ask you about the initiative Girls at Dhabas. I mean, it immediately being from North India, I mean, dhabas are
Yes.
something which we all love and
All relate to.
all relate.
Yeah. I mean, we know of. We know of. Yes. And
We know of.
yes, I
That,
would want to show the picture
yeah,
of those girls because
yeah, why
it's
not?
a fun picture.
It's such an innovative and progressive initiative, and so
Yes.
relevant to our country as well. Can you show it to everyone so that
Yes, I found it.
Yeah,
So these are the girls at Dhaba.
yeah. Yeah.
These are to look at the way they are.
Yes.
You can make out.
The
Yeah.
charpai in the
So these
background.
two girls.
Yeah.
Yes. But look at the hair. Look at her hairdo.
Yeah.
So you can make out from a lot from her appearance, which is like a part of my job
Yeah, she's
in real life. But
emo, as they call it, emo or gothic.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So these girls actually, basically, it was first, you know, they just felt that these places, these dhabas, are predominantly, occupied by
True.
males.
True.
You would not expect girls to be around a dhaba.
Mm.
It's a yeah. So it's like a male dominated area.
Mm.
So this idea, when these ladies came back from abroad after studying, they realized that the country is really demarcated like that this is for women and this is just for women, and women just belong in the kitchens, or they just belong in the house somewhere, inside, and men are supposed to be outdoors, out there, and and that's where no woman should be even thinking of,
Right.
getting into. So this was the basic idea of
Yeah.
going and posting a picture from there. So
Okay.
this is a whole movement. This gave rise to a whole movement.
Right.
So
Right.
these girls, when they came back from abroad, they felt that, why in Pakistan this kind of demarcation is there.
So they thought of posting a selfie there, and they didn't know that it's going to start a movement in itself.
Right.
Because all these women who were hiding somewhere in some corner of the house or being oppressed, by all these males around them, be it a brother, be it a father,
Yeah.
husband,
Yeah.
all these men, who just told them to be, just there, be there.
Yeah.
They just saw themselves in these girls,
Right.
and their urge to go out and, just make their presence felt anywhere.
Yeah.
And basically they need to be free.
Yeah.
So they started that movement, and it just, yeah, it just started off like that,
Yeah.
and that's how
Yeah.
it
So
turned out to be.
talking about the cover, it mentions a lot of relevant things that we uh, South Asians with will relate to. Of course, there's a pen right there.
Yes,
There's a pen. So, and of course, the authors have mentioned some really good writers in the book, and
yes,
there is cricket, of course, uh, and so it's quite inspiring, this book cover.
yes, it is, because I think it is the illustrations are by Aziza Ahmed, who is the co-author of the book.
Yeah, yeah,
So of course, her labor of love,
of course,
and that's why it is so
yeah,
attractive and appealing.
right. Let's come to the elephant in the room, if people won't be offended by that analogy. But I wanted to talk about Malala, and of course, there have been so many books, the autobiography, of course, of Malala. But in this book, they have mentioned a very important aspect, that she asked why, uh, uh, and she was talking to her father, that why are we not allowed, as girls are not allowed to do this, pursue education and stuff. And this all happened when Taliban took over the Swat Valley. And so yeah, what's your impression on that, reading about her again?
Right. So, Rohan, like I said earlier, I feel it's not just about Malala. It wasn't just about Malala. If you
Okay.
read the whole book,
Hmm.
and if you see, whatever is happening in a country like ours also,
Hmm.
there are a lot of whys that are, hidden deep inside a lot of us
Yes.
girls,
Yeah.
you know. And me as a kid also, me as a kid also asked my father a lot of whys,
Yeah.
my
Same.
mother a lot of whys. Okay, Malala, of course, had the guts to ask something like this in a place which was taken over by Taliban as a base. So, and somebody like that, I mean, a group like that, right there on your head, and then you have to have courage to speak out.
Right.
So she, of course, has it, and that's why we know her so well,
Yeah.
because she had all the grit and the courage to question,
True.
even at that age.
True.
So, having said that, it is one question which is like a burning question in
Yeah.
every woman
Yeah.
who's denied, every
Yeah.
girl who's denied of her basic rights,
Right.
which are not equal to a man.
True. True. True.
That is what I feel why is all
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. And the book seems to cover a lot of bases, because they have also mentioned about Kadil Baloch, which she was uh, in the news for all the wrong reasons for a while.
Wrong reason. Yes.
And later on, she was killed when her identity, yeah, her true identity was revealed. Uh, I mean, a lot of women, especially in this country, want to be influencers, are influencers, but
Hmm.
for the not so privileged, and who want to become I wouldn't say famous, but successful and make a difference. How can people learn from this story? Because I mean, she got killed after all, but how should we derive inspiration from this?
Okay. So I would say again, in Kandil Baloch's case, her real name was Fawzia,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she changed her name to run away from that that timid girl Fawzia,
Yes.
who was forced to marry at the age of 17.
Yeah.
She even had a kid at
Yeah.
such an early age.
Yeah.
And here I would like to mention something, Rohan, because that is what the soul of the whole book is.
Yeah.
That if you see most of these women, it really doesn't matter from which state of the society they belong.
Okay.
They were all subjected to rules and regulations, bindings, and all sorts of, yeah, I would say they were asked to just confine themselves
Yeah.
completely and not consider themselves as an individual.
Right.
One. Two, they were mostly, since in Pakistan, they were mostly married off at a very, very early age. And soon after, they had a lot of kids. So that was also one more thing which, wasn't easy for them. So having said that, having all these things said, and of course, whoever was in a better position got married, also got divorced eventually. Most of these women, because again, the men were not comfortable with their independent way of thinking.
Right.
Even if it was a little bit also, they were asking for basic rights. So Qandil Baloch also was basically asking for a very basic right. Initially, which she wasn't given. Her marriage didn't work. She ran off, and then she couldn't even support her kid. She left her kid, abandoned her kid somehow because she could not support him. And then she started modeling, or she started doing odd jobs just to support herself. What actually is inspirational here is that somebody from such a small place, such a small province, kind of a village in Pakistan, rose to such heights with the help of social media. She loved the attention she started getting, which she wasn't getting in her life. Nobody cared that she existed. Even her own parents had given up on her. So she started making a false identity of herself by the name of Qandil Baloch, and she found people following her. Where I would say, like you mentioned, that she was known for all wrong reasons.
Right.
But there is a catch to it, Rohan.
Okay.
She was known for wrong reasons. I would say it is how you look at it. She was loving the fame she was getting. And somewhere deep within her was this desire to express her sexuality, which many, many, many women are just not expected to reveal, or are not expected to talk about. It's still a taboo, even in our country. We can talk about it in a hush hush. Yeah. So she started doing that, and she was happy expressing herself like that. But of course, her family wasn't, and she got murdered. And as her brother went on telling people that he did it to save the honor of the family.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's so sad.
Yes, a man can do anything, even go beyond, a lot of boundaries, and be accepted. So this is what the whole idea. This is what the whole soul of the book is, which travels through, and it's inspirational in its own way, because such a person from nowhere makes a mark, but is silenced again at the end. That's very unfortunate.
True.
Yet now there is a book that's coming up on her life.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the name, and I'll show for our audience who are not familiar with Qandil. So just see a pretty looking girl.
Yes.
She was all of 26.
Yeah, that's it.
Just imagine.
Yeah.
They did not let her bloom, blossom also. So the book on her is, it's called The Sensational Life and Death of Qandil Baloch.
Okay.
This is the book that's coming up, and I'm sure people are writing this book because she managed to inspire people.
Of course. There are some really fun parts. I mean, we have always heard about Noor Jahan and Nazia Hassan, and listen to their songs also. And I mean, but a major issue, especially in Pakistan, and lesser so in our country, is the freedom of artists. Although, I mean, a lot of people might say that there is a lot of intolerance towards artists in our country as well. What is your opinion on that? I mean, how in those days, I mean, I don't know how they survived through all this.
Yeah. So it is mentioned in the book how they survived. Because they operated from outside.
Yes.
Outside the country, right? So so from abroad they got a lot of support, because of course we know that song was used in Bollywood also. Nazia Hassan, Disco Diwane, and a lot of other songs. So they got popularity, and people were ready to take them, and have their music.
Right.
And back home, it wasn't acceptable because somewhere they related to Islam and the principles that
Yep.
no, yeah, they just put it in a very restricted, which I think
Right.
is only done by people who are extremists, who are taking out the wrong connotations from,
Right.
I would say, even Islam.
Right.
So this is what hindered them. But yes, they found a way. So when you get somebody from outside who's ready to promote you,
Right.
once you've gone viral, like they say,
Yeah.
then there's no stopping. So
Yeah.
this is what even a lot of artists are doing now, sitting in Pakistan. And of course, it's not as much as, it's not there at all now. Quite a bit is not there.
Yeah.
But we can be sitting in our rooms and creating music, and we can just go viral anywhere in the world.
Of course. Of course.
So this is what I think has changed for the better.
Yeah. Tell me something. You talk to a lot of young women because it's your profession. You teach them
Yeah.
etiquettes to really, embrace themselves, perhaps. What are the things that you're worried about, and what are you positive about with the young women's future?
Okay, that's a very good question, Rohan, I must say. Even though, I- that, see, as an etiquette coach, I took it up as a profession because I felt there was a need. I felt there was a need in the society to strike the right balance, and how we can just create a compassionate, more understanding world, a more pleasant world for all of us,
Yeah.
be it men, be it women, men and women together,
Okay.
how they can also strike a balance between each other. So because that way it's a great world out there, like it's just a perfect situation. So coming to women, I would say, if you're just specifically talking about women here,
Yeah.
and young girls, I would say, me as an etiquette coach would want them to understand themselves first.
Right.
First thing. Second thing, I would want them to understand that there is always a thin line between what is your right,
Yeah.
what is your right as a person, and what is going beyond that
Hmm.
and encroaching somebody else's right, or maybe comfort level.
Right.
So this is one thing I feel, these two things are very important.
Okay.
First, knowing yourself,
Yeah.
then knowing how to strike the right balance, and how
Right.
we are talking,
Okay.
how we are behaving,
Okay.
all of that.
Okay.
And then ask for the relevant rights,
Okay. Okay.
not just about anything.
Okay.
Don't get up to create a revolution over nothing
Right.
and call it a feminist movement or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Just be sensible enough to what you're asking for, and it's not just for women, I would say, for any individual, man or a
True.
woman.
True.
So this
It's
is what my message is.
it's
Yes.
quite refreshing to hear not so feminist voice, because everybody seems to be a feminist these days. So I wanted
I'm sure there are a lot of people now who understand, a lot of women
yeah,
who have made it very clear that no, initially maybe they used that term, being a feminist, because nobody was listening to them.
right.
They were trying to make this as a revolution, and now that it's a lot of men and a lot of, I would say, societies
Yeah.
have accepted, are giving them their due share.
Yeah.
They don't need to use that
Right.
word as a shield anymore,
Right.
or as anything to flash anymore. I think
Right.
it's very balanced out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Uh, would you like to read something from the book? Perhaps a part which you liked especially, or a page, a woman personality you really loved, or something like that? Uh, Perhaps we
Uh,
can give
I
it a
like
read.
I liked a lot of things,
Okay.
and something very small, which I think most people would even overlook,
Okay.
is something that caught my attention.
Okay. Okay.
I found it very, I would say there is no difference between India and Pakistan as such.
Okay.
It's only a division. I don't know if I'll be caught or
It's fine. It's
post this podcast goes online,
fine.
but it's a rift that is created by stupid politicians
Yeah.
and very sad.
Yeah.
Because plight of women there is what used to be here, say 10 years
Yeah.
back or 20
Right.
years back. Very
Yeah.
similar story. And we are all women at heart. I mean,
True.
we are all the same at heart. You know,
Right.
the problems are the same. And in fact, world over, if you pick up any
Got it.
American series, you'll see a woman is thinking the same way everywhere,
Right.
no matter where,
Right.
which part of the world she is.
Yeah.
So that is something that really touches your heart. So I'll read something
Sure.
which is just not even half a line. It's just 2 words, but it hit me. I'll tell
Yeah.
you. She's a lesser known person.
Okay.
Uh, Her name is Banu Kutsia.
Okay.
This is her. Yeah. So she was a playwright and a novelist.
Yeah.
And just one line, even though her husband, yes, even though her husband allowed her, and you imagine I'm using the word allowed.
Yeah.
So this is what the state is. This is what is actually the reality, that we have to still seek permission to do something as basic as right.
Yeah. And quite relevant to the podcast because she is a writer. So yeah.
She's a writer, novelist, and her work is like, regarded as one of the best works
Yes.
of Pakistan literature. So Pakistani literature. So her one line from there, if you see this side,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Raja Gid. Is it?
Raja. Yeah. Before that,
Yeah.
there is written. There is this line. He. Okay. Now this is talking about her husband.
Yeah.
He supported her writing, but on his terms.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is famously said to have hired a maid to cook for the family so that she could focus on her novel.
Yes. Yes. This
So he was
freaking this.
glorified for that.
Yes. This
He was
freaking.
glorified for that.
Yes. This freaking pissed me off when I read this. It was so I just got pissed off.
From 11:30 to 2, she
Yes.
was allowed
Right.
to write
Yeah.
only from 11:30 to 2.
Goodness.
Now this really struck a chord with me, because I'll tell you why. Even now, we are told, okay, तुमको जो करना है करो,
Right.
लेकिन timings देख लेना.
Timings. Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
with due respect to everybody. What I'm saying
Yeah.
is,
True.
even in urban homes, because your career, your work is, it cannot be a mainstream thing,
Yeah.
and it cannot take place of your household
Right.
responsibility.
I would like to
So
interject. I would like to tell everybody that I was really, happy. I don't know how to express this, but I was just talking to Manik before the podcast, and when we were about to start it, and she was making the lunch for her kids and her husband, and then she came right away for the podcast, dressed all dapper and stuff. So it is amazing how you did it and how you do it, because I'm sure. I mean, I have all the privileges one can ask for in this entire world, and one of those is that I am not dictated to. So great going. I mean, amazing.
I must be honest here, because of this corona thing,
Yes.
we are cooking veggies,
Yes.
everything
Yes.
ourselves.
Yes.
And we do have help I have help, who can chop and everything.
Yeah.
But yes, I had to kind of arrange for the lunch, like as in we put everything together, cook the
Yes.
sabji quickly
Yeah.
before sitting to the podcast. I just had blazer on. So that's the secret.
Great.
Okay. So
Yeah.
but yeah, having said that, this is one problem. And of course we have a household staff, otherwise our
Yeah.
cook is off because of corona.
Right.
Otherwise I don't have to cook every day like that, but yes, fancy cooking, all of that, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, but I'll still say that if you have to have a career, even now a lot of us have to see while the kids are at school,
Yeah.
True,
True.
that kind of thing. I've always, your preference is supposed to be that.
Got it.
And if
Got
a
it.
man is supporting you, if
Yeah.
a man is supporting, if your husband supporting you, it is really a big thing, that wow, or sometimes even the husbands are looked down upon, that what kind of a henpecked husband he is,
Oh yes.
who's
Oh yes. That's another
Yeah.
aspect. That's
He mentioned mentioning this here, that he allowed her and he was known to have kept a maid for her so that
yeah,
she doesn't have to cook herself, and
right.
but he would say from 11:30 to 2 uske baad nahi.
Yes, yes. That was
So
like,
this thing that
yeah,
touched me, yes, very
yeah.
deeply.
I want to abuse, but we try to keep the podcast very family friendly. So, anyways, so
Yes, and
yeah,
one more thing
yeah,
uh, I want to mention. I would not read. Okay, we don't have that much
sure,
time now.
sure.
uh, okay, maybe I'll read little bit. So
Why not?
one I want to mention again about somebody who's not very well known.
Yeah,
This is Shamim Akhtar.
yeah.
And this is the woman who would drive the trucks.
Oh yes, yes.
First woman of Pakistan to start something like this. And again, because her husband left her
Okay.
in dire states with 5 children, she got married again at very, very early age.
Yeah.
5 kids, and she left, and he just left her for another woman. And this woman had to raise herself and her kids, had to look after her
Yeah.
needs and her kids. So she stepped into a male dominated area,
Right.
profession, because she didn't get any job anywhere else. She
Right.
wasn't well educated,
Yeah.
and she begged for this, that I can do it. Imagine a delicate woman
Seriously.
driving a
Yeah.
truck, and she
It's a
did it,
it's a
and she's
ballsy
still
move.
doing
It's a ballsy move. To be
it.
honest.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And so,
So
Manik,
another,
I wanted to, since I think so, we would be short of time. I wanted to ask
yeah,
you to tell, I mean, all the viewers, especially, uh, that why should they pick up this book? Because some might say that, I mean, this is from Pakistan. How do we care? I mean, we have enough women in our country to be inspired by. But what would you say to everyone out there, and why should they pick up this book?
okay. Like I said before, Rohan, I think we're all women, and we all have similar issues in life. Somewhere, किसी का थोड़ा ज़्यादा, किसी का कम, like,
Right.
they say.
Yeah.
And but and we've all originated, at least for India and Pakistan, I would say we've originated from the same soil.
Right.
So that connect is there.
Okay.
For when you pick up this book, you read, you feel there is nothing alien about it. It's not a Western book.
True.
If you read
Agree.
Western, so that is one very big connect that you feel.
Yeah.
Because it's very similar. The culture is very similar.
Right.
So there is a lot of warmth in this book.
Yeah. True.
And the way it's presented, I don't think you can know about. It's very, very inspirational. The book is really inspiring, and it just brings out a very big thing, that no matter how many hurdles you're faced with, how many hardships come your way, it is, if you are ready to, if you can face it, if you are courageous enough, if you are resilient enough, you can just overcome them and reach heights.
Right.
So I think this is something which is, and it is presented in a very concise and in a very fun way. You don't get bored for a minute. You don't feel like putting the book down. So I think there are many reasons now
And
for us to pick up.
also, I think so. This I'm totally inspired.
Of course.
We have a new F word, fearless. So why not? So
Yes.
yeah, thank you,
Fearless.
Manik.
They were,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you, Manik, for being on the podcast. These are difficult times, and to everyone out there, just stay safe, stay inside. Thank you so much for being with us, and looking forward to having you again on the podcast and discuss more books like this one, of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rohan. You have opened my eyes to the world of podcasts, and I'm very, very grateful to you for that. Thank you once
Great.
again for having me.
Yeah, sure.
Bye.
Bye.